Hello and welcome to 90 Day Fiancé Trash Talk. I'm your host, comedian Tracy Carnazzo, joined by my co-host, Noelle Winters-Herzog.
Hi.
Hi, Noelle. This is episode 24, and we're here to talk about The Other Way, Season 1, Episode 5, and Happily Ever After, Season 4, Episode 11. Right off the bat, I just want to tell everyone, if you're listening to this and you love our podcast, please go to iTunes and give us a 5-star rating and an amazing review. And also follow us on social media at 90 Day Podcast on Instagram and Twitter. You could follow me, the host, Tracy Carnazzo, at Trixie Tuzzini, TrixieTuzzini on Instagram and Twitter. And Noelle, where can we find you?
You can find me Noe_bear810 on Instagram or at NoeGirl on Twitter.
Awesome. You could also find my upcoming comedy dates at TracyCarnazzo.com. Amazing. Yay. So we're going to talk about The Other Way, Season 1, Episode 5 first. It's called No Looking Back. Corey begins to second-guess his life-changing move to Ecuador. Sumit wants to transform Jenny into a traditional Indian woman. Tiffany and Daniel pick up Ronald from rehab. Jihoon hopes he can get his parents to change their mind about Deavan.
Okay.
I'm excited about this episode. I got to tell you. So I watched Happily Ever After, and it's getting to be like a little snooze fest.
This is way more exciting than Happily Ever After.
It's way more exciting. Also, the people from Happily Ever After right now are on social media so much that we know what's happening right now.
That's true.
So it's like, oh, Colt and Larissa are going to get divorced? No way.
There's nothing exciting about it.
Jay and Ashley are going to split up? No way. Mm-hmm. Everyone's going to kill everyone. Like, it's just...
No, you're right. There's nothing exciting about it. I mean, you just kind of know it. Everywhere you go, you read about them, you hear about it, and it's like... We're watching what happened months ago. Yeah. We already knew happened.
Like, I mean, it's fun to watch it play out, but at the same time...
I think it's also because the episodes are long. That's really what gets me. They're long.
I hate that because I watch it on the app, as you know. So it's
it's two.
It's 2 parts.
Yeah. But why are they doing that now? They never did that before.
I don't know.
It's
got to be something with views or something like that.
I guess. Yeah, I think that's the part that really gets me because it's kind of like, all right, like we get what's going on. The Other Way is fun and it's fresh and it's shorter and it makes it more fun.
Yeah, it's 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Let's start with talking about Tiffany. So Daniel is so happy that he's going to South Africa to meet his dad.
I'm telling you,
there's something wrong with him.
Something wrong with him.
Yes, I totally agree. Daniel was so... I actually wrote this in my notes that he seems off.
He does. And that's why I was saying this last week. I think that there's something wrong, but I don't know. Nothing major.
What do you guys think is wrong with him?
I don't know, right?
If someone else has an opinion on that, please go to Facebook and join our group. It's called 90 Day Fiancé Trash Talk Podcast, and let us know what you think about that.
He is a very friendly and a very nice child,
but in a weird way.
No, I know. Too clingy.
Yeah, just very weird. So Ronald's mom picks them up from the airport.
But even she's overly nice.
Yes, with gifts and balloons. Yeah. It's almost like... I think that Tiffany and Ronald's mom... They are overdoing everything because of his addiction.
Right.
And I think that it's like, you know how you and I talk a lot about how people that have addictive personalities, they get into relationships really quickly.
Yes.
That's like a big thing if you're, in drug rehab or whatever.
They're doing everything wrong.
Yeah, but they get too overly, it's like almost like there's an obsession.
Yes. Yeah.
And they do things very compulsively.
Mm-hmm. They don't think it through. And then a year later, it's like, what was I thinking?
Sure.
Yep.
So I see a little bit of that. And I also see that when people are very codependent with addicts.
Yes.
And so I think that's what's going on with his mom and Tiffany.
There is a lot of, I think out of like everyone that I've seen so far on here, they're very unhealthy. Yes. There's something wrong. There's something deeply wrong here.
There's a lot of things that are deeply wrong. I can't wait to get to them. So her and his mom are close because they've been there for each other through his addiction.
That's already weird.
It's weird.
Yeah.
You don't even know each other. And Daniel says, I want to see new stuff. I want to see new candies.
And then I thought maybe he was my child.
I was like, oh, that's like when I bring Noelle places.
Yeah.
Like when we go anywhere.
Really, anywhere. She'll bribe me.
I'll be like, hey, Noelle, do you want to go to Oregon? We're going to drive there. We're going to drive there overnight. But I'll stop at a Wawa.
And it's like, oh, well, in that case,
if I could
sure.
have a tasty cake.
Yeah. All right. If I can have a tasty cake, but only if you promise that I can get more fountain sodas. Like after
I will
that one
keep
Wawa.
getting you fountain sodas in
Yeah.
styrofoam cups that kill the environment with plastic straws.
Yes. Styrofoam cups keep them the coldest. Really does. Wow. And you can only find that outside of New York. New York does not play around with styrofoam.
You know how they have like an addiction group for everything?
Yes.
I wonder if they have it for soda.
I think, honestly, if I really, I think everybody has like their thing.
Right.
Mine isn't food. Mine is like shopping. Like I just spend so much money shopping. I've always
like
been
at BJ's?
like that. At anywhere. I have like a compulsion.
Really?
Yeah. And then I have buyer's remorse afterwards, but I want everything and I think I'm entitled to
You got to
everything.
keep the receipt.
Yeah. I'm not like you.
Oh. Well,
yeah.
You're a silly girl.
Yeah.
So also, when she calls Ronald, Tiffany in the car, she calls him Avo?
That's what I have. Avo question mark. What is that?
I also have Avo question mark.
Oh.
I was like, avocado?
Yeah, I'm down with the avocado.
So he's at the wellness center, as we call it.
With a big cross around his neck.
He's like, listen, Jesus, take the wheel.
Yes.
So she has a tourist visa, not a K1, and I'm thinking maybe it's because it's not the U.S. Like, that's how they do it there. So she has
That's what I was wondering. I don't really know.
Yeah, she has a 90-day tourist visa.
Right.
And they get in the car, and she's like, all right, Daniel, let's go pick up Dad.
He's like, I can't wait to meet Daddy. It's like, oh.
Oh, okay. So they're driving through the slums. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of animals.
Uh-huh.
Some, like, things just walking around, right? And he sees him and he goes, hi, Dad.
And he runs.
Hi, Dad.
But he runs. This kid runs to him like his father was like in the army, like at war overseas, and he hasn't seen him in a while. Like he's never even met him and he's this excited.
This is not healthy.
There's something. I want to know what Tiffany, I don't know. What has Tiffany said about Ronald?
They talk on FaceTime, I think, all the time.
I don't know. There's just, it's so weird. It's so, everything with me with Tiffany is very off-putting ever since the whole, oh, I didn't know I was pregnant. Right. Then, oh, I got pregnant. I gave birth right before my 17th birthday. My son is 6. I'm 28. It's like nothing makes sense.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is very off. Mm-hmm. She loves a cold shoulder top, though.
She does. You know what though? Her makeup always looks so nice.
She's very pretty.
She is so pretty.
You know who else loves a cold shoulder top?
Who?
Her mom.
Yes, she does.
She's her mom's daughter.
Yeah.
That's for sure. I really enjoyed the wellness center.
Why?
I would like to go there for my gambling addiction.
You liked Craig. Uncle Craig.
I didn't like Uncle Craig so much as I liked there was bunnies, there were dogs, there were chickens.
Yeah, he was like chasing around the chickens, Daniel.
That was kind of fun. The dog was super cute. It was like a brindle dog.
The dog was so cute. He was licking. He was happy. I think it was like a boxer.
Yeah, it was like a brindle boxer. Oh my God, so much fun. So many animals. Also, why is your counselor now his uncle?
I don't know. Brother, husband.
It's too much.
I know.
It's like this is, and then imagine he was at the wellness center and they just brought out another woman and they were like, Daniel, this is your mom.
Right.
And he's like, wait a minute, I thought Tiffany. And they're like, no, Tiffany.
No, because the thing is, like, when this doesn't work out, this kid's going to be devastated because it's not going to work out. You know?
I can't see. It's like Daddy took everything from us.
It's too weird.
He's not your dad anymore.
Stop. Why do these people all do this, though? They all are like, that's your daddy now.
Okay. This is my problem. Mm-hmm. Okay. So she's moved. I just need you to tell me that I'm telling you true statements.
Okay.
Her and Daniel moved to South Africa.
Yes.
To marry Ronald.
Yes.
Okay. She said, I'm not sure if we're going to move here.
Right.
You did.
Right. And then she's like, I'm not sure if after the wedding.
Yeah, we're going to live here.
Stay. What do you think's going to happen?
Okay, but you already moved there.
Right.
It's almost like her saying, like,
already.
I'm not sure if I should have Daniel. I don't know if I'm going to have a baby.
Right. I'm not sure if I should have hair. You know?
You have it.
You have
You're
it.
done.
Uh-huh.
It's already finished.
I thought the same thing. Really weird.
What do you mean you don't know if you're going to move there?
Everything about her is full of shit.
Wow.
That's the way I feel.
Interesting. Speaking of, let's talk about Corey and Evelin.
Oh, I don't know who's worse. I really don't know who's worse. Is it him? Because he is moronic.
Okay, but he's also like, he lives in a campsite.
So I know he does, but I don't mind it.
No, I don't mind him.
Mind it. Yeah.
Her.
but you know what? He doesn't see it. And so that makes him dumb.
He's like, listen,
yeah,
I grew up, I knew 12 people and they were all my moms.
When you look at him, he looks like still like a little kid.
Yes.
Like,
and the way he talks
like,
too.
hi dad, hi mom. Yeah.
He's like Daniel.
Right. Yes.
He's like, I'm going to Ecuador to meet my dad.
And all the piggies in the street. Right.
So they Skype and he's like, listen, I already quit my job. I sold my car.
And she's like, oh, that's great.
Corey.
Yeah.
Corey.
He's all in. Like I've dreamt of men like him, right? That are like just this in.
I've nightmared about them.
No, I know. It's a lot, and he really ignores the flags.
Is she even happy that he's coming?
No.
He's like, do you think that this is good? Are you happy I'm coming? She's like, sure.
Right.
He's like, wait, what?
So if he's gonna move there and they're gonna go live in a shack,
right?
Where's these properties that she invested in for them?
Well, there are other places.
Okay, just not the ones they're gonna live in.
Just not that one.
Oh, okay, good.
Now he's like, listen, I need you to tell me when you marry. He's basically meatloafing her.
Why? What do you mean?
Will you love me? Will you love me forever? Will you need me? Will you never leave me? Will you make me so happy for the rest of my life? Will you take me away? Will you make me a wife? I want to know right now. Right?
This is why we're so popular. I'm telling you, honestly, because Tracy puts on these concerts.
He meatloafed her.
He did meatloaf her.
And she's like, I don't know.
She's like, I mean, I guess.
Right, but also I kind of understand what she's saying, though.
Why?
Because she's like, yeah, I mean, everyone hopes that they stay together forever.
Well, okay, I see that. I feel like nobody knows the future. And I think that she's right about that because he's very, very hopeful. And she's like, all right, maybe it'll work.
Yeah.
But she could show a little more interest.
Oh, yeah, she doesn't care.
You know, right.
She said, and this is a quote, we are still young people that could keep moving on with our lives.
Which is terrible.
She's like, basically like, listen, you come here, you give me the money.
Right.
And you go home.
Imagine being madly in love and someone's like, oh, well, don't worry. Because like when we break up, we'll still be young. It's
my ex-boyfriend told me one time, when we break up, we were together, will you give me the recipe for your potatoes?
And you're like, no.
I was like, take it now because things don't look good.
That's really funny. I would like that recipe too, by the way.
I got you. It involves a packet of sazon.
I have so much sazon at home.
Yeah, the vegetable one. Anyway, how cold is she?
She is very cold, and I think that I want to find out more about her.
Okay, I want to talk about. This is the biggest red flag of all.
What?
I mean, all of these are red flags.
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't want to be with you.
Yes.
She literally needs your money.
Yes.
I mean, I think she even called him money instead of Corey once.
Yes. Uh-huh.
She found the engagement ring that he bought for her.
And she's like, no, thank you.
And she got upset.
Yeah.
And he is on Skype wearing a wedding ring.
Uh-huh. Oh, I know. Uh-huh.
Is he like one of those crazy women that bought themselves an engagement ring and is like, I mean, he didn't buy it for me, but it's not like it's not mine.
I can't tell you how many of those women that I know.
Farrah Abraham.
Yes.
Okay.
The thing that
it's not a bad ring either. It was a solitaire.
No, it's not a bad ring, but like the thing is, you have to be aware. You have to be aware of what your role is in a relationship, the relationship itself. He is not aware. She does not want to get married.
No. She told him, I don't want to get married.
Right. But yet he's still like, I bought her the ring. I'm going to ask her to marry me.
Guess what? He can't stay in the country unless she marries him.
Right.
Hilarious.
You know what? It's telling because he knows it's a bad idea. And you know what? I am a firm believer in trusting your gut. If I had that bad feeling, I wouldn't go.
Yeah, the funny part is like he's hugging his parents like he's never going to see them again. And it's kind of like, I'll be right back.
Yeah. BRB.
So his father asked about dual citizenship. He's like, are you going to go for that dual citizenship?
Right.
And he's like, yeah, no, totally. He's like, will you come for our wedding? Mm-hmm. And they're like, yeah, we're totally going to try. It's almost like, if I get a dragon, will you let me keep him in the house? It's like, okay, Corey, you can keep him in the house.
Right.
We're going to see if he fits.
Right, because his dad is like, I don't, she's just not that into you, Corey.
No. So now they drop him off at the airport. He flies to Ecuador.
I wonder how long, because he's coming from Washington. That must have been rough.
It was 100 hours.
Yeah. And I'm freaking out about flying to Florida
right.
in a couple of months.
This is 100. You can walk to Florida.
Right.
She doesn't come pick him up from the airport. And he's like, hey, I'm in the airport in Ecuador. I have a knife sticking out of my neck because someone stabbed me.
Right.
She's like, pull the knife out. You're a big boy. Get on the bus. He's like, oh, okay, because I just read this story about every single person that gets on the bus gets robbed
Right.
of all of their belongings.
But you know what they do? Come on the bus and like hijack the bus.
Right.
And like slaughter people.
Right. And she's like,
It's not going to happen.
She's like, I guess that's a chance we're willing to take.
Right. And she's just like, whatever. So then they kill you. Like, who cares,
Yeah.
Corey? Come here or not.
Corey,
You know?
I have your 40 grand.
Right.
You
So
get
it's
slaughtered.
whatever.
You don't get slaughtered.
Yeah.
I'm still not going to marry you.
Right.
Whatever you want to do, Corey. But I'm not getting up.
I'm not playing this game.
Sure.
But it's like, I would be really hurt because it's not even like it was Sumi and Jenny where Sumi was just late.
Right. But was he really?
No.
No.
Because her suitcases were empty. But you know what? Corey's suitcases were full.
Yeah, they were
were real.
of ammunition.
Tears.
He should have he should have had Paul come with him.
Yeah.
He needs to be a little bit more prepared.
That's
He could have had
funny.
a bulletproof baby carrier
That's
at least.
true.
Let's talk about my favorite couple of this episode.
Okay.
Jihoon, how do you say his name?
Jihoon?
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
And
Deavan.
Okay, so Jihoon is from South Korea. He's 29, and he's a used cell phone dealer
Yes.
that lives with his parents.
Yes.
And he has a daughter who is a baby poodle.
Uh-huh. She's so cute.
She's so cute. She's a 3-year-old apricot baby poodle.
Apricot. That's what they're called when they're that color?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Mhm.
Oh. Baki.
So he downloaded a dating app, an international Tinder, basically.
Right.
And he swiped. He found her.
Right.
And they used translation apps, and they talked, and they fell in love. And he legit thought it was a scam.
Yeah.
He's like, I thought my organs were going to get
Which
harvested.
is so funny. That was so funny. But he still went anyway.
But he still went because he's like, she's so hot. Now, here's the thing about her. She is really pretty in pictures.
In pictures.
She is the
She's
auto-tuned.
the corpse bride in person.
That was very accurate. She is Photoshop auto-tune. What's it called? Face tuner.
Yeah,
she
face
is
tuner.
every single filter in the world because she in real life is trash.
That she looks like, okay.
This is really mean. No one's gonna like this
She
part.
looks like I drew her with my left hand.
She's hard on the eyes.
She is hard on
She
the eyes.
claims she's 22 years old.
She looks old, bro. She's got
looks-
mileage on that.
She looks weathered.
Yeah.
She has a daughter named Drusilla.
What is that?
She's 3. Listen, do you think that the kid's name is the problem?
I mean, yeah, it's a problem.
She's
for
like,
me.
yeah, I have this kid that's the worst.
Yeah, basically, like everybody
She's
says
like-
nanny 911.
Yeah, I have a
Yeah.
nanny 911 kid. She
Yeah.
said she has an out of control child, and she lives with her mom, her dad, and her sister, and her kid. Her gums are terrifying.
I didn't even notice. I was looking at her mother's highlighter hair.
No, her gums are what makes her whole face so scary.
Oh, really? You
Yeah,
think that's the problem?
yeah,
Like the too much gum
Yes.
to tooth ratio?
Totally. So they had spent 3.5 weeks in person together.
Mm-hmm.
And she only dates
I was
Asian guys
waiting
too.
for you to say all of this.
Well, she got pregnant the first date because she is a classy.
She's a classy broad. Uh-huh.
7 months pregnant. She went over to Korea when she was 7 weeks pregnant.
Right.
When she first found out she was pregnant, she went over to Korea and they were not into her.
So they've been together for 8 months.
Right.
She's 7 months pregnant. Okay. And then she went to Korea when she was pregnant and his parents didn't talk to
They were
her,
like, "Oh no,
basically.
thank you."
Right. Bye.
I don't blame them.
Right. No, I don't blame them either.
So now she's doing a maternity shoot with her cousin, who's a photographer.
Uh-huh.
And now this is how, because at first I was like, does this girl think she's a model?
Yes.
What does she have, a cousin that's a photographer?
Yep.
And I'm like, oh yeah, no, she
does.
She has a cousin that's a photographer. Okay, perfect. Her lipstick is so messy.
Oh, it's everywhere. It's like all jagged on top.
my
I know.
God, it was
I know. It
awful.
looks like she just kissed someone. You
Yes.
know, like
Her
bleeding.
cousin?
Yes,
Maybe.
probably. I mean, whatever.
She has no ring yet because he hasn't proposed because
Uh-huh.
they have to get a blessing from his family.
Well, she's gonna be waiting a long time.
Well, guess what? She rented a house in Vegas and his whole family is coming.
yes.
And she's bringing her 3-year-old daughter and all of the diapers. And they're going to go over there. Now, she says that the parents don't like her because she has tattoos. She didn't go to college, and she's a single mom.
Well, I have tattoos.
Yes.
I didn't go to college.
Right.
And I'm a dog mom. I was a single dog mom for a long time. Matt's parents love me.
Yeah, I don't think that any of those things
I don't think the tattoos are the problem.
No, honey. I think it's you. You are garbage.
She seems whacked.
She's definitely whacked. She's got the kid. I think that we don't even need to meet her. I think they should have just shown us a video of the kid and been like, how do you think her mom is?
Yeah.
You think she's all right?
Right. Oh, you think she's wonderful?
The kid's eating a lollipop while they're driving.
Mm-hmm.
She's probably
terrible.
like, oh, God, I hope this kid chokes.
I just hope this kid chokes. One less thing to deal with. Because you see in the coming attraction, she's like crying when his parents come in the airport. I don't.
Well, let me tell you. Yeah, and she's like, oh, my God, I hope I didn't make a bad impression.
Yeah. And it's like, this is why these people hate you.
Yeah. So she tells the kid, she's like, are you ready to meet grandma and grandpa?
What the hell? Yes.
No.
Right.
Not your grandma and grandpa.
Right. They
Are
hate
you ready
you.
to meet? She should have said to the kid, are you ready to meet the parents of the guy that knocked me up?
Right. Are you ready to meet Jihoon's parents, basically?
Yeah. That's it. That's it. He curses so much.
He does curse a lot. He has very bad lips, too.
There's something wrong with both of them.
There's something wrong with both of them, but I think with him, it's more like she's like a trophy in her pictures,
right.
And I think that he was sold on that,
yeah.
And he kind of knocked her up by mistake. That's really what I think happened.
Of course that happened. Oh, my God. So apparently when she went over to Korea, she didn't even speak to them, his parents.
But that's what I mean. But yet she says, well, they don't like me. I mean, you didn't speak to them.
Right. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That was my favorite couple, though. He looks like he's fake. He looks like he's an actor.
No, I know. But you know what? They showed a lot of them, which I liked. Because usually, like, I remember the first time we saw, like, Aladdin.
Yeah, Aladdin.
They only showed him for, like, 5 minutes.
Sure.
I like that we actually got to know a little bit about them. I can't wait to learn more.
Same. Okay, so let's talk about Jenny and Sumi.
Not much happened.
A.K.A. Summit. They got in a rickshaw. They went shopping for clothes. It's cold in India, apparently.
Yeah, I didn't know that. But you know what? She was very quick to reject everything. I thought that stuff was so beautiful.
Yeah, but she's just saying like, hey, I just want to wear like a cotton nicey nice.
I get it, but if that means a lot to him.
Yeah, but we need to have conflict.
Yeah, I guess.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
People are looking at them.
Yeah,
she's like, it's because I'm white. And it's like,
I don't think
really
it's because you're
old.
white. I think it's because you're like 70.
Because they're like, wait, he's her caretaker?
Right. I know his mom.
I know his mom from the goat truck.
Right.
So she's like super afraid that they're going to run into his family. And she's like, will help me blend in.
Yeah, no.
No, they're still going to know it's you.
Yeah.
She wants like a casual sari. But saris he wants her to be like traditional.
But I feel like that would make her stand out even more, like this old white lady in a very traditional
she
sari.
should wear a mask.
Yeah, and
that's
a
what
wig.
She should do. And they're trying to put this crazy tiny dress on her. I knew it wasn't going to fit over her head.
It's like, why did they do that? How
you know why?
embarrassing.
It was all men helping her. Did you notice that?
It was all men.
It was all men. Even when even one of the guys was modeling one of the saris. He's like, look, this is how you wear it.
But I think this is very very old school. I think India is pretty like antiquated. I'm not like talking meanly, but I think like a lot of the women are home with the kids.
Oh, you're racist?
And the men are out. You know what I mean? I'm sure somebody will have something to say.
Oh my God. A lot of people have a lot of things to say about a lot of things. I'll tell you that. Yes. And you know what really helps?
What?
Talking out your problems, Noelle.
It's wonderful.
It really is. Noelle and I have been using a service called BetterHelp Online Counseling.
Mm-hmm.
I've been using it. I've been doing video chat. You've been doing video chat. You just started. Do you love it?
I've done it twice now. Right. I have an appointment again next week. It's video chatting. I absolutely love it. They matched me with someone who is perfect.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So you can get help on your own time at your own pace. You can schedule secure video or phone sessions plus chat and text with your therapist. And there's licensed professional counselors who specialize in depression, stress, anxiety, anger, like all these different things. And anything you share is confidential because it's a therapist.
Which is amazing.
There are over 3,000 licensed therapists across all 50 states.
And if you don't like your counselor, if you don't feel it's a good match, you can switch.
That's really, that is the good part. But I got to tell you, the first one they matched me with, I love her.
Me too.
I really, really love her. How do you chat? What do you use?
The first time I chatted, I've chatted video.
Yeah.
Both times. The first time my video wasn't working, we still chatted, and this time was video again.
Okay, so you did video on your computer?
I did video on my computer the first time, the second time on my phone. Because I was doing a bunch of things around the house.
I've been using my iPad to do it. So it's basically, I downloaded the app. You can use it. Me too. Yeah, you can use it all different ways. It's got desktop, it's got mobile, web, Android, iOS. And you could do this weekly. It's secure, is convenient, professional, affordable, and financial aid is available for those who qualified. Best of all, 90-Day Fiancé Trash Talk listeners get 10% off your first month with discount code FIANCÉ.
Oh.
So why not get started today?
Why not?
Go to betterhelp.com/fiancé. Simply fill out the questionnaire to help them assess your needs and get matched with your counselor that you'll love. That's betterhelp.com/fiancé.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, I'm
actually really glad that I started doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes a big, big difference. So I'm pulling up the description for
90-Day Fiancé.
Yeah.
Happily Ever After.
Okay, so this is 90-Day Fiancé Happily Ever After Season 4 Episode 11. It's called Kick to the Curb. Larissa pushes Debbie to her breaking point. Ashley makes a radical decision. Chantel confronts Pedro for the truth about how they met. Elizabeth's family is shut out when she goes into labor. Russ worries Pow and his mother will clash over the baby.
All right.
Let's start with Ashley.
Let's start with Nicole and Hazan.
Yeah, right.
Who are in here.
Let's start with Ashley. She's changing the locks. And you know what? I got to tell you, she's changing them herself. I was impressed.
Okay, I was impressed because I tried to do that and I could not change my doorknob.
Really?
Yeah. Oh. On my front door. I had a real issue with it.
You should have called Ashley. She said that Jay only came here for a green card and she's going to call her lawyer. And she doesn't know what happens next, right? So she goes to meet with the lawyer and she files for divorce. And there's two different ways that you can file for divorce. So you can file a fault claim saying that he committed adultery.
Right.
Or you can file no fault, and that's faster. So she's like, let's just file no fault because it's faster.
Right.
And if they can't find him to sign the divorce papers, she's going to have to hire a private investigator.
It's about $75 an hour.
Right. So, and she can withdraw this at any time.
Right. And she's like, but she doesn't want to.
Right. So he's texting her that he loves her while she's at the lawyer. And, you know, I got to tell you, I was thinking about this. Being a divorce lawyer is like a really emotional job.
Yeah.
Because it's not just like, oh, this happened, this. Okay, let's do this. It's like, oh my God, these are like real people with real emotions.
So many people probably come in that office crying.
Right?
Yep.
What an awful job. So she said that she's never, ever, ever going back to him.
Right.
So she asked him to come over and sign the divorce papers, and he goes upstairs.
I don't know what that was about, into the kids' room.
He's like, listen, I need to play a little basketball,
right.
my plush basketball
right.
toy. Okay, so I got to tell you, I always say that Ashley's house is really clean. Those kids' rooms
are not clean.
Were the opposite of clean.
Her house is very clean, but her carpeting is not.
And not only that, she had a bunch of stuff in the closet. We saw it. We definitely saw it.
Oh, you're right, actually. Yeah.
So Ashley also doesn't take her tags off her pillows on her couch.
I didn't notice that.
I always notice that.
I did not notice.
He said that he could not believe that she's filing divorce.
But like, what does he expect?
Okay. Well, he said that it's not fair what she's doing. Tell me about that. Go ahead.
Okay. So Jay, if he would have just made this Tinder mistake in the beginning, everyone makes mistakes. It was terrible.
It was awful.
If she could have gotten past that and he could have gotten past it, they could have worked it out, even to therapy, whatever.
Sure.
I could understand her not divorcing him.
Okay.
Him being disgusting.
Yeah.
And taking a woman into a bathroom in a barbershop and doing everything you can think of with her.
Right.
Not confessing, having someone else finding out, and then basically blaming Ashley for it.
Well, why do you think I did that?
Right. And you say it's not fair?
What's not fair, Jay?
What isn't fair? Because you know what? The only thing that I found unfair about all this is, I mean, me personally, if I marry someone, I'm going to file for their adjustment of status. I think that she knew something was going to happen. Like, she had
a feeling. She had a bad feeling.
She knew that something was going to happen, but I don't know. I'm the type of person that I just feel like she was waiting to deport him almost.
Yeah. She had that over his head.
Yeah.
I understand
bothers
that.
me.
I get it, but like also he proved her right. Which
No.
it's annoying.
He proved, what's her name, Natalie?
Yeah.
He proved her right.
He sure did.
We all thought she was awful.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, I mean, she still might be awful.
She is awful. I mean, she looks dumb as hell on her moped.
So he needs to go to the airport. Oh, he also said he's mad that she's doing it on camera.
Okay.
Jay, you were on a TV show.
She did it on camera because
I understand why she did it on camera.
Well, she also did it on camera from what I was reading because she was afraid that they were going to think that she forged his name.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I get
so
it.
I get that.
I would run on camera.
Yeah, me too.
I served someone some papers recently and someone for someone else. And someone videotaped it.
Yeah.
Because we have to prove that we served the papers. That's what happens. So he needs to go to the airport.
Because his brother lives in
Miami. Right. So she said that she's willing to buy him a flight and give him money for food if he signs the papers.
It was really nice.
Yeah, fair enough.
Fair deal.
That's cool.
Because he doesn't want to go back to Jamaica.
And he's like, I do need to sign the papers because I need her. You need her money.
Yeah, you need her money. Right.
What a jerk. He said that he needs to stay with his brother in Florida. And he's like, I don't know why I didn't get a second chance.
Okay.
What do you mean, Noelle?
What I didn't like was...
What?
I understand why she's angry. I would be so angry at him.
Okay.
I would be so upset with him. I'd be so disgusted. I do not like the way she speaks to him.
No, not at all. But also it's like, I want you to forget what we know about Ashley. Forget what we know about Jay. Think about the facts here. So you are married to a guy that was on Tinder 2 days after your wedding or the day you got back from your wedding. Now he's slept with a girl in a bathroom in front of people that you both know and completely humiliated you. And now he's saying like, I don't know why you didn't give me a second chance. Like he's still trying to make her look crazy.
But see, at that point, I would already be checked out. And it's like, why are you feeding into him? Because the more you feed into him, like the more now you're starting to look crazy.
Sure.
That's what I don't like.
Absolutely.
Like, I don't like that she's like, I'll never see your ass again and this and that. It's like, shut up.
Yeah, but this
How
is also
old are you?
on. Yeah, but this is also on on camera.
But also, he's 20, and I think people forget that.
No,
what
absolutely.
did she expect?
He said that he wishes he could have bypassed his feelings and been true to her.
Right.
So basically, he said, I wish I could have ignored the fact that I didn't want to be with her. I wanted to be with everyone else and just sucked it up so I could have the cash.
Right. I just think he's repulsive. I think he's disgusting. I think that is the way he grew up. Listen.
Yeah.
I know that your mom listens to this, but listen, I have to say it.
Say it.
His father's nickname is Pussy Skins.
And so is his.
Right. And you wonder
I gotta
why
tell
he
you,
is the
I
way
have to
he
totally
is.
admit something. I'm not even really sure what that means.
Well,
maybe you could explain that to me offline.
Okay.
Because I really don't understand that.
Okay. But it's like, what do you expect from him?
Yeah. Like, even when they said it the first time, I was like, I know that's dirty, but I do not understand. Speaking of dirty, filthy, disgusting, let's talk about Chantel and Pedro.
All right.
She said that she had a disaster trip. Bad trip to the Dominican.
What did she expect?
So they're going to the beach where they first hung out, where they first did sex.
Santo Domingo.
Pedro has on a fishnet yoga pantsuit. Oh, gosh.
Her body is so amazing.
It really is, though.
Take it. Who looks like that?
Do you think that she, besides her boobs, she got other work?
I don't know, but
I'm thinking no.
I think that's just like her.
Yeah, I do too.
Like, who looks that good in a high-waisted bikini? Like, I can't take it. Yeah.
So she said that the relationship, he actually said the relationship was great before they got married because then the family started getting involved.
Yeah.
So they talked to each other and they're like, listen, we love each other. Let's just tell our families to leave us alone.
Yeah, which is what you could
like,
have
we're
done
all
going to
start over.
Yeah.
And there we go. So she's like, okay, I am upset about you dancing with that girl. And he's like, listen, it's a friend from college.
You're a liar.
I'm 100% in this relationship. It's a friend from college. And she's like, okay,
that's just sister's friend.
but I'm not blind.
Right.
I did have eyes.
Right.
And that was the girl that's friends with your sister. And he's like, okay, so whatever though.
But then he gets on his knees.
And he's like, I'm so sorry. But he's still lying.
And then that's what bothers me. And then she's like, I forgave him because I felt that he was genuine. And it's like,
he wasn't genuine.
He wasn't genuine. He's apologizing to like make things better, not because he's sorry.
Of course. So now they have a fake dinner that's set up only on TV. Mm-hmm. Every single person on every single show has this dinner.
Yes.
Have you ever had this dinner in real life?
No.
You've never been on a remote island where they just set up a table with a white tablecloth with perfect lighting in the middle of the night and serve you gourmet food.
Right.
This is a TV. This is the new form of TV dinners. So she's mad about him sending money home, and she asked about what Obed said.
Right.
He will not answer her.
No, he listen, I feel like he loves her. I do feel like he loves her.
He's so full of it because, okay, so she's like, hey, Pedro, did your mom and sister ask you to marry an American and send them money home so you could start a business?
Right.
He's like, what are you, crazy?
Right.
She's like, hey, Pedro, did your mom and sister ask you to marry an American?
Your brother attacked me. Right.
He's like, what are you talking about?
Right.
She's like, hey, Pedro, I need you to focus. Is this set up by your mom and sister? And he's like, you know what's terrible? There are children at the borders right now.
He doesn't answer. You're right, though. He doesn't answer.
He does not even a little bit answer anything.
I think eventually she's just like, you know what? He loves me, even if he was originally.
Well, she did say that.
Yeah.
She said originally.
I think she's just over
But I think
it.
that she deserves an honest answer from him. He doesn't tell her the truth ever.
I think he's afraid to tell her that.
He needs to tell her everything if they're
gonna... but honestly, like, not to be that person, but like, what do men do?
Yeah, he's a liar.
This is how it is.
He's a lying, disgusting garbage person.
Yeah.
Man. AKA
she
man.
could do so much better.
For real.
What she could do, like, come on. Have you looked at her?
This is day 87, no haircut.
No haircut. Have you looked at your wife? Your wife traveled to the Dominican.
The island.
Following you.
The island.
She's a smoke show.
Yeah, she really is.
I mean, I know that she doesn't speak with her mouth open, but still, she's hot.
The outfit that she wore, the dress kind of skirt thing that she went to when they had lunch with his sister and mom. Oh, my God. Yeah.
I loved her hair like that. I loved everything about it.
So the sister agreed to go to Nicole agreed to go to dinner because she said, yeah, I'm totally agreeing because I want to go and break them up.
How has nobody smacked her yet? If I was Chantel, I don't get like that.
I would have hit her in the face.
I would have hit her with something.
Until she bled and then spent a year in Dominican jail and been okay with it.
Yes.
I'd have been like, yeah, that's fine.
She's someone who really deserves a smack.
Yes. Okay, let me tell you something. Mm-hmm. What happened to Pedro's mom?
Like, why is she the crypt keeper?
She gets worse looking every time we see her.
Every time.
Is she rotting?
Uh-huh.
Should we have put her in the refrigerator? Yes. Like, I feel like she's going bad.
She is... She is the Walking Dead.
No, she's going bad.
I know she is.
She's rotting. Fermenting like a peach.
Yes. She looks like rotten fruit. Yeah. She looks like rotten fruit. Like I'm picturing like the nectarines that I get, and then after a while it's like this one's
after a while like it's dripping and there's fruit flies
and it's stinkies. Yeah.
That's what his mom looks like.
That's Pedro's mother. She's withering.
We should have kept her in an icebox.
She's fermenting.
Jeez. His sister is rolling her eyes.
She's not drinking wine. Do you see the way she's drinking it? That's the way I drink something that I don't like. I'm just tasting it with my lip.
But that glass is so balloon. It was like that's a balloon glass.
I know.
She probably thinks she's being super classy.
Oh, she thinks she's the classiest person ever.
I know.
Yep.
So his mother says, "Listen, here's the bottom line. Mm-hmm. You are the man, and you need to make the rules. And this girl needs to shut the f up."
And she's like, "I'm a liberated woman."
Okay. Now here's the thing. I hate Pedro's family.
I know,
but Nicole, Chantel. You talk to people like I want to punch all of you.
She's reading from a script in her mind.
No, but it's not only that. It's the condescending, nasty way she talks.
First of all, this is the first time I've ever seen them even a little bit be okay.
Sure.
She was so rude in this conversation. Like, I understand his sister is terrible. She confronts the sister.
Right.
The sister has nothing to say back.
Sure.
but she was very rude. Basically, like, mind your own business. None of this has anything to do with you.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like, you wonder why.
She's not wrong, though.
She's not, but you know what? But
I thought they were trying to play a game.
If this was my actual self in these shoes, I would say, I'm so sorry. Let's just start again.
Yeah.
Let's let bygones
everything
be bygones.
that you're talking about, it is what it is. We're going to move forward. But his mom doesn't want to move forward either, because they legit want to break them up.
But that's the thing. Like, his sister's like, I will be disappointed if he goes back to America. Mm-hmm. He was just coming on vacation for what I thought.
Yep.
I didn't think he was moving back.
Her and Pedro got the lobster with some pasta
in it. I know. I was interested.
And then his mom and his sister probably got like a salad.
Of course they did.
They're like, we're very thin. We can't eat that.
Mm-hmm. We're classy.
So she said, listen, he came here on vacation to see us. He had to leave the hell that was in Atlanta. And he didn't do anything wrong in that video. He was just dancing.
Okay, so then why were you showing it to me?
Now, Chantel had the best comeback ever.
What?
She said, and this is a quote, worry about yourself.
I
was like, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just the way that she speaks sometimes. It's so condescending, but I get it because she feels attacked. This entire trip, all she was attacked from left to right.
Now, why does it look like Chantel's always staring into the sun?
Always. I know.
What's up with that?
I don't know. I don't know. You're right, though.
Well, let me tell you, when he said that he was going back to America with his wife, his mom was paralyzed.
I know, but you know what? I'm so glad he said that.
Yeah,
I'm so glad that he said it right there in front of Chantel and like didn't play games about it.
But it was just so funny because when he was like translating, he's like, "Oh, my mom just said that you don't matter and you're a loser."
Instead of being like, "Mom," or just not repeating it.
I would have been like, "My mom said you're so pretty."
My mom said that she loves your dress. Can she borrow it? You know. My mom says, do you have under eye cream she could borrow?
Oh my God. My mom said that she's not going to be around for much longer because she has the shelf life of a banana.
She's going bad. Don't mind the flies.
Oh my God. Okay. Let's talk about Pow and Russ.
I don't like this.
I don't like any of it. Okay, so I think I'm starting to figure out a little bit more, though.
Me too.
Okay, so her mom said that the baby looks like Russ, which she does.
That baby looks just like Russ.
His mom is coming to Miami to meet the baby, but Pow doesn't want anyone to hold the baby.
She's full of shit.
Do you think that maybe she's having postpartum depression?
Okay, so I had a feeling that if we spoke about this in the group, that's why I didn't bring it up. I thought people would be like, she's suffering from postpartum depression, and because I'm not a mom, I don't want to say, no, she's definitely not.
Okay,
I don't want to get attacked. But I think that she is full of cocky. Mm-hmm. I think that she does not like Russ's family. Right. Does not like Russ's mom.
Here's the thing. Now it unfolds a little bit more.
Right.
So her mother, she's definitely her mother's child for sure.
Her mother is like mean and cold.
Her mother is two-faced, nasty. Mm-hmm. So her mother's like, listen, I've been here and I'm really uncomfortable because all you guys do is fight. And you're making me uncomfortable.
But she's saying, so what does that mean? Like, that's going to happen? Alluding to they're going to divorce.
Right. But it's like, go home.
Yeah. No, she's not friendly.
Go home. No one likes you. You're not nice. So
she wants them to get divorced.
I know. So Pow said, listen, your mom could come here and she could hold him one time or two times.
And she could clean my house.
Yes. Well, that's not a bad idea.
Right. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
And Russ in the confessional is so funny because it's like he's not this take charge kind of guy, and he's like trying, like he's like this little, like you said, squirt.
Yeah,
and he's like punching up at a bully.
Yeah,
and he's like, well, guess what? My mom's gonna hold the baby, and I don't care if I have to encourage it behind closed doors.
Behind closed doors, I don't care if I have to whisper it to her, but maybe Paola knows. Right. It's like,
I don't care if I tell her, why don't you hold the baby?
You know what? I understand her having all the control. I know in a relationship, always one person has a little more control, but he gives in to her entirely.
She moved to Miami.
But that's what I mean. She moved to Miami, won't do this, won't do that, won't do this,
be a model.
She had to be a model. She lets her friend talk mad shit about her husband.
Terrible. I would divorce her right there.
Me too. I would
just because I would have been like,
have
fun with your stupid baby that looks like
I would have never. I would never have put up with that.
So she said that she doesn't want Russ's mom to tell her what to do because Russ's mom's a teacher. Is she a baby raising teacher?
About? Right.
What? So her mom's like, listen, stop being crazy.
Yeah, her mother said you're being selfish.
Right. And she's like, wait a minute. Hold that thought. I'm going to tell you a secret.
Yep.
when I was in Oklahoma and I wore lingerie with crotchless panties to breakfast
and knee highs,
his dad was uncomfortable. And she's like, wait a minute, what'd you just say to me? Did you just say that when you were filming a porn on the breakfast table with another man, they didn't accept you?
Right. When you were dressed like you were on your way to the strip club in the breakfast nook, they were mean to you?
What do you mean? Oh, so you're not going to... Oh, so basically what you're telling me is that his parents are racist?
Right.
And she's like, Mom, that's what I'm telling you.
She did that to get her mother on her side.
Yep. So she's trying to turn her mom against Russ's mom. And she loves playing both sides.
And she's like, basically, they resigned themselves. Yeah, they did. I'm sure they did. You're a bitch.
You dressed like a hooker.
Yeah, I mean, you dressed like a
hooker. It was your first breakfast in Oklahoma.
That's crazy to me. It's like, what does she expect? But also, though,
maybe don't wear a teddy.
Let it go from that one thing.
Also, they were nice to you. And then she's like, wait a minute. And then they were nice to you afterwards? That's hypocritical.
Right. How dare they be nice to you afterwards? They should have stayed being mean to you.
Yeah. Then I would respect them more because they're racist.
And then the mom's like, I want to confront her. It's like, shut up.
She's like, and I know that I shouldn't, but I'm gonna anyway because I can't not. And then basically Pau gets her own little sort of racist and is like, my mom's a spicy Latina.
Yes.
And it's like, she said like strong Latin woman or whatever. And it's like, come on, let it go.
Yeah.
Don't
I mean, let
like
it go. Also, when a baby's born, it's
your mom's a jerk. Is that what you meant?
Right. But I think when a baby's born, it's supposed to be like the most happiest time in your life. You want your whole family to come together. Like, I'm not close to my family. When I have a kid, I hope that it brings everyone together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about Colt and Larissa. Speaking of family.
Oh, God.
Larissa's case was dismissed, but she does not want to share it with them.
She's being a baby.
But you know what? She is, but it's funny. Debbie's mad because she put Colt in danger.
I know. That was annoying.
Yeah.
It's like, but Debbie, like, I mean, Debbie's completely blinded to Colt.
Yeah.
So what do you
Well, she wants them to get divorced immediately. So Colt...
I get why she wants them to get divorced, though.
Yeah, of course, but also move out.
Yeah, I mean, that's not going to happen.
Right. Colt makes Deb take her to the store. Larissa to the store.
Right.
So Larissa's talking to her in the car and she's like, why are you so passive aggressive?
She doesn't know what that means.
You're slamming doors. And she's like, I never slam the doors. Now, flashback.
Montage of slamming doors.
Flashback montage of Debbie slamming doors and screaming that she's not slamming doors.
But why? What is with Larissa and the door slams? Who cares?
Well, because she's just being a jerk. So now Debbie says that she doesn't want to cause problems between her and Colt.
Debbie has on all the turtleneck.
It must be such a chilly day in Vegas.
God, Larissa has on a down jacket.
She has a
later.
parka. Debbie looks at Larissa and screams, "Shut the F up."
Yes.
She wants to live without Debbie, and Debbie's screaming, "Stop talking to me!" Is that good?
And then she goes, "She's a wolfie in sheepskin." Which is hilarious in itself. You do the best Debbie impressions, though.
Thank you so much.
But yeah, she's a wolfie in sheepskin.
So then she called her a self-centered little bitch.
Yeah, but the thing is, you, Tracy.
Yeah.
You're like a petty Betty.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Right.
I think that Larissa was being an asshole.
No, she was, but it's also like you got to look at the big picture. Small picture, yes.
Yeah.
Big picture, but also, Debbie, stop.
But I mean, exactly. First of all, Debbie, stop. We're old. Second of all, like, Larissa, though, she's driving you to the store. Like, because if she wasn't there, you wouldn't go to the store.
Sure. So maybe be quiet. Also, what store were you going to?
What store were you going to? Because you're dressed in like an Annie Says outfit. What store are you going to in your
were you
pantsuit?
I thought she was going back to the lawyer.
Right. She had on like a blazer.
Yeah. I thought she was going to go like defend someone else in court. She was like, I do lawyer on the side. I lawyery
on the side.
So the producers had to drive her home.
I mean, that was funny.
Hilarious.
Yeah, that was really funny.
So now Colt gets home and he's like, hello, my dear ladies, darlings.
My beautiful, darling wife.
Mom, you look hot. Larissa,
Mom,
you look pretty.
Mom, let's make out. Right.
Mom, I like when you show that much neck cleavage. Oh, that's just the underneath of your chin. It's still hot.
I love it.
Do more of that. And then Colt says, listen, I don't know what happened, but there's a quote, my mother is a sweetheart.
Right.
And if she left Larissa on the side of the road, Larissa must have been doing something awful.
Okay, here's the thing, though. Colt is awful. Awful.
Yes.
The worst.
The worst ever.
I don't think Debbie's terrible. I think she's
something's wrong with all of them.
Something is wrong. There's something wrong with her, blah, blah, blah. But I think if he had a woman who came in who was like willing to deal with living with the mother-in-law stuff, it's just like,
it's not great with a crazy.
Right.
So Colt is so condescending, and so he's not defending Larissa at all.
Which I hate.
Yeah, and she says to Colt, Larissa says to Colt, you treat her like she is your little lover. And he's like, do you feel better about yourself now that you said that? And she leaves and she looks back. And this is my favorite part of this entire episode. She looks back at him and she goes, fat. And then she slams the door and leaves. And then she opens it back up and goes, pig.
That's the best.
And she closes the door and Colt chugs a half bottle of Jack Daniels.
So Colt jugged iced tea.
Okay. Do you think that he's secretly an alcoholic like Deb is?
Okay.
Was that his version of his mug?
Here's the thing. I have so many thoughts on this because number one, that's probably her secret hiding spot
That's
that she
definitely
thinks nobody knows about. Yep. But I feel like
she's like, stop touching my slot machine.
You didn't chug that Jack Daniels. You didn't. You're just not cool enough, Colt. Because you know what? I'm real cool and I couldn't do it.
Do you think he immediately vomited?
Yeah.
Maybe he did. Maybe he did chug it and maybe he just like went and threw it up. Or maybe he like put it in his cheek like a hamster.
You know what? I mean, listen, sometimes I do that with food. It's like a flavor saver.
It's disgusting. Get away from me.
But no, I think, honestly, maybe he did it and then vomited.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I know that I used to work with this band that used to do that and then they used to just throw it up.
I mean, they
would chug they would funnel the whole bottle.
Yeah, because that would like kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
It's really good for you.
So you have really nice friends.
I'm really glad. They want to hang out with you. Speaking of really nice people, let's talk about Andre and Elizabeth. So Elizabeth, what happened?
The way you said it that time just got to me.
It's getting more violent every time I say it. So Elizabeth's water broke, and so they staged a convo with her mother and sisters.
Right.
Okay. So should we reenact it?
Sure.
Okay. You be the mother.
Okay.
Okay.
So Liz is in labor.
Liz is in labor?
Yes, her water broke.
Her water broke and we didn't know about it.
Well, her water broke last night. And Andre doesn't want anyone there.
Andre doesn't want anyone.
And so now we're just going to sit here and wait.
What do you mean we're going to sit here and wait?
Right.
So, Mom, what you're saying is
Libby's
really water broke and then Andre doesn't want anyone in the delivery room? Mom, are you sad?
No, I mean, everybody wants to see
Mom,
like,
I'm sad.
Oh, okay.
Mom.
Well, Andre thinks it should just be them two.
We should kill them all.
Okay. Okay, Becky. Yeah, that was like really annoying.
Yeah, they had a fake talk about it.
Okay.
So now she's been in labor for 16 hours and he's like, listen, I am here. I do it all myself. I am such a hero. I wear cape when I am here in delivery room. I am a hero.
I think that what annoys me is like she wanted a natural birth because of him. Because he told her like, you don't need your...
No, you do in field.
Right. You don't need your mother
You don't cry. You don't feel.
You could tell she hated him and she just wanted her mother
she's
there. Literally
having a contraction. She's trying to not faint. And he's like, I'm your favorite, right? And she's like, you're my favorite.
And he's like, do you need anything? She's like, water. Like she hated him. Yeah.
Well, he said, or no, actually she said, this is a quote, we didn't want anyone in the room.
That's not true. And the sisters were like, okay, that's not true. Now listen.
Yes.
I don't want a lot of people, but like, I wouldn't want my sisters in there either. The sisters?
No,
she's
there's
got,
too
like,
many.
A lot of
Okay,
siblings.
So what happened was she was in 24 hours of labor. When it started getting really crazy, 3 a.m, she started getting very sharp contractions. She was like, I need my mom.
Yeah.
And I think at that point, he was like, listen, I'm tapped out too.
Yeah.
Let's call your mom. Let's bring
her
in.
I mean, I get where he was coming from, where he's like, I don't want the whole family in here. Like, it's too much.
I don't want the whole family in there either.
But like, he should have, her mom should have been there.
Well, guess what? Her mom was there.
Yep.
She called her mom in and she had little baby Eleanor. How do you feel about that name?
I hate it.
Really? I think it's kind of quirky.
I like throwback names.
I guess they'll call her Ellie.
I love the name Ellie. I love Elle. I love throwback names. I just think Eleanor, I don't know. I think of like Eleanor Roosevelt. I just think of an automatically old person.
I think I had a doll named Eleanor.
You would?
Like a chipmunk doll.
Yeah.
So she had a natural birth. And she had her mom in the room, and her mom goes, "Hey, Andre, wasn't I helpful in the room?" And he goes, "Yeah, a little bit. You were helpful morally."
Right. He could never just be nice ever.
No. So now,
and it amazes me that he has ever been nice to Liz.
I don't think he ever was.
Yeah.
So now he's holding the baby, and the sisters come in. Kind of a cute little moment.
That was really cute.
And she's like, "Show them the baby's hair." And he like pulls up the little cap a little bit, and he goes, "Very hairy."
And they're like, the baby looks just like you.
They did. Yeah. They bonded over the baby, and they hugged, and he let them hold the baby.
He was like, that was the first time I ever saw him soft.
He was in person.
Yeah, he was a real person.
I think his dad should go up and visit the baby.
Yeah, well, his dad was going to be in the room at first. Remember, she was like, "Should your dad be here?"
Should our neighbors come?
Yeah, right. But as long as anybody but my mom and my sisters.
What about the guy that delivered the couch?
Maybe he could deliver the baby.
Did he? Guys, this has been a really, really fun episode. Make sure you're following us on social media at 90 Day Podcast, and make sure you rate and review us. We love you all.
Bye.
Most of you.